Dear Heavenly Father, we humbly come before you. We ask your blessings upon our people as we gather here today to take care of business in the name of the nation. Look down upon everyone that's here. Give them the rest to fill the needs, meet the needs of our people. Today we ask this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ.
Amen. Secretary Treasurer Valier, will you please take roll call? Clerk form. Present. Vice Chair Consider.
Present.
Secretary Treasurer Valier, present. Member Mercer.
Present.
Member Davis. Present. Member Buffalo.
Present.
Member Gibson.
Present.
Madam Chair, declare a quorum. Would you please call for the orders of the day? Thank you. So, Business Committee, are there any corrections to the July 20th, 2024 meeting minutes? Hearing no objections, we'll go ahead and go to the vote. All those in favor of adopting the July 20th meeting minutes, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it and the motion is adopted. The July 20th meeting minutes are approved as distributed. We'll go on to the approval, disapproval of directors and subcommittee reports as submitted. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the directors and subcommittee reports as submitted, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries. Go on to the Business Committee report. The following tribal member passed away since we last met, John Wyrick. Please lift the Quapaw family and all families in your prayers and let us join in a moment of silence. Gonna go. We do have a few announcements this morning, so please bear with me. On Friday, August 16th, the city of Quapaw and surrounding areas were hit with destructive winds that reportedly reached 80 miles an hour, leaving storm debris and knocking electricity out until Sunday evening. A heat advisory was issued the following day, so there was a cooling established open in the O-gah-pah Learning Center safe rooms for the public to use until power was restored. With our deepest gratitude, we want to thank everyone who sprang into action with this unforeseen emergency situation. Multiple Quapaw Nation departments responded to not only our nation, but the community as well. And since then, we've actually received a note of gratitude from the city of Quapaw. I hope everybody's doing a lot better by this point. At Brent Devine's table, we have a sign-in sheet from Blaze Sagan. If you are a Quapaw veteran and interested in establishing a Quapaw Veteran Society, please sign up.
Make it big.
Here this morning, but I know he had another veterans activity or commitment this morning, so he wasn't going to be here for the full meeting. At the top of that sign-in sheet has Blaze's telephone number.
Yeah.
The Quapaw Nation Business Committee Chair has called 4 special General Council meetings to occur consecutively on Saturday, September the 7th and September the 8th, which will probably be necessary, at the Downstream Pavilion starting at 9 a.m. The announcement is included in the recent edition of the Quapaw Post, posted on social media, as well as the tribal website. The first meeting is to decide on the remaining Good Eagle Quapaw settlement funds. The second meeting is to review and approve the fiscal year 2025 NAGPRA budget. The third one is to review the governing resolution amendment that will resolve discrepancies in the governing resolution and primarily with the election ordinance where they're contradiction with each other. So we're going to get that cleaned up. Keep in mind, we are not going to be able to pass those amendments during the special general council. It will be sent to a balloted vote, and then we will have an opportunity to vote on them at that time so that they become effective. The last special general council meeting is to fill one ethics commission vacancy whose term expires 2026. After the adjournment of the special general council meeting, the Constitution Committee will facilitate an open dialogue to allow the members of the meeting to openly discuss and guide the Constitution Committee on a variety of topics. We encourage all Quapaw Nation citizens and Quapaw blood voters 18 years or older to be present those days and hope to see you all there. For those who need hotel reservations, the downstream room block code is Tribe 24. Member Mercer, would you please provide an update on the Ray property homes, O-Guah-Pah, as well as the latest on the Nahasa house?
Yes, Madam Chair. On the development out here, we have 10 homes standing, which according to the grant, we have to have 20 by the end of April 2026. So we are in good shape. They're in various stages of completion. We have installed curb. We are installing curb and gutter now. So the next thing after the curb and gutter will be the laying down of asphalt. And then we will be discussing a point at which we want to open those up and start background investigation so people will be ready to move in once we're able to. All heavy duty construction will have to be completed and the trucks out of the area before we could even consider allowing people to move in due to safety, mainly for children. 1 and 2 homes, they all have cabinetry and everything in them, so if you'd like to see what they're going to look like inside, just let somebody know and we can let you in. During the daytime, most of them are open because they're in there working on them. And in the Nahasa home in Joplin, everything has been submitted to the city of Joplin, and they just sent back some paperwork wanting more information. I will say personally, they're a little difficult to work with, but we have a member that is without a home, so we're doing due diligence to get this underway as soon as possible. And that's about it.
Thank you. Member Gibbswater, would you please provide an update on your recent participation in the Tribal Leadership Academy at Dartmouth?
Yeah. Morning, everybody. Early August, I suppose I can go back to the time back in late spring. Dartmouth College just put together a tribal academy. Country leaders, different nations, bands, and tribes across the country sit down in a condensed version, classroom style teaching about bigger topics related to the higher end of being what a tribal leader is supposed to do, the high end of economic development, healthcare, natural resource management, law enforcement, all the bigger ticket items of what is expected of tribal leaders across the country. I know there's a lot of big and little stuff that hands in hand all day, every day, but they sent me an application to apply, and I can't remember what you said, but it should be nice if somebody younger would do it. I guess that's me, you know. So I jump in the boat, jump in the boat and do what I can. So I applied and they accepted me, and they invited me out to Dartmouth College in Hanover, New Hampshire, and had all the different tribes and bands and nations recognized across the country. 25 performances made available out there. And out of the 25, only 18 were participating to there. The academy lasted all week and covered different topics, like I said, intergovernmental relations, federal, state, nation, economic development, healthcare, delivery, natural resource management, law and order in the country. Tell you guys the truth, it sure was something that I won't ever forget. To get the high end of what the position is, all condensed down in a week's time from 12 different presenters, either previous or current tribal leaders across the country. It's pretty mind-blowing when you travel outside of here. Leave home and go see what's happening everywhere else. Something. They were able to provide me with a lot of new contacts, a lot of new information and literature that you don't get around here because we don't have an onboarding process pamphlet to learn how to do it. You can't do it, you have to jump in and go through the fire. That's it was
How many days of driving?
29 hours. Get off my nerves and keep the ground that's flying on time. Yeah, my grandma heard me before, not when I get on. But anyways, I'd like to thank the Government College. Those folks over there, they're really trying, especially with the history of how that school came to be back in the 1770s. Took from Abenaki Indians over there, and the whole purpose of the school was to educate Indian youth, and for 200 years they had completely ignored their mission statement. Back in the 70s, the president of that school flipped it. That's why we've seen an increase in the past 50 years through 4,000 or 5,000 different Indian youth graduating from there, walking away with degrees. And this is just another thing that these stuff with Indian students. They don't ever do anything with tribal. How they put it. They're just trying to do the best they can. Thank the rest of the business committee for encouraging me along to go get that. Like I said, there ain't nothing around here for that. There ain't no proof of this. Anyway, thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Member Davis, would you please provide the latest on our third-party administrator request for proposal?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. So last month, we announced that the Quapaw Nation had undertaken a request for proposal for a third-party administrator. That helps us with our school members' medical, dental, vision, and prescription reimbursement programs. We selected Native Care for medical, dental, vision, and are going through the contract process. In addition, Native Care will assist the nation in finding a new pharmacy benefit manager. Our goal is to contract with the best service provider at the lowest cost possible. Gonna go.
Thank you. Secretary Treasurer Valier, would you please share the latest information on refinancing for Saracen that'll help everyone understand some of the new business resolutions before us this morning?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Saracen Development LLC, our debt refinancing. The Quapaw Nation Business Committee, Downstream Development Authority, and Saracen Casino Resort Management entered into negotiations with a new bank group to refinance the debt held for the purpose of constructing the hotel and event center at Saracen in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Our effort to expand and enhance the relationship between several different banks in the Quapaw Nation has provided us with the opportunity to negotiate more favorable credit terms on our debt instruments for the Saracen Casino construction project. This process was undertaken earlier than required by the current debt instrument held in order to take advantage of debt terms that will be more favorable to the Saracen Development LLC operation. As stated in the Treasurer's report to the Quapaw Nation General Counsel on July 4th, we continually review ways to leverage the nation's improved credit rating that will decrease interest expenses and bank fees. The refinance debt instrument includes a fixed principal amount that covers the current principal owed on the debt instrument plus a revolving credit. The completion guarantee that buys the nation that was held on the previous debt instrument will carry over to the new debt instrument. We look forward to continuing to upgrade the credit rating of the Quapaw Nation, Downstream Development Authority, and Saracen Development LLC with its new debt agreement. Can I go?
Member Buffalo, would you provide an update on the request for qualification architecture candidates for the early design phase of the Tribal Member Services Building?
Okay, even though it's been a long time coming, after the grant was awarded, we're getting to move forward. The new building will be directly across the street. We had to do an amendment to the grant application, moving it from the Justice Center. We're trying to centralize all tribal services. And the staff, they put an RFP out, request for proposal for an architect. They reviewed it, narrowed it down to 3, which the business committee reviewed. After a review with all 3, we selected TBE, which is Talden, Boyd, and Emery architects. And probably within 2 months, we'll have a tentative design of the structure. And we can move forward from there.
Thank you. Vice Chairman McKibben, could you please give us a road update?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. On the afternoon of July 29th, the Business Committee met with Mike Furness, gentleman who's the county commissioner for our district, and he was going over the road out here, Future Farmer Road. As you can see, has a new black surface on it. It is supposed to, it's a trial run for this strip of road, this mile section here, this heading east. It's a trial run to see if this material that they put on is going to seal the cracks and prevent the road from future erosion and the freezing and the water cracking the pavement. So if this trial works, they are wanting to continue that surface all the way to Promenade Bridge. So that will make our road hopefully stop deteriorating and cracking and eroding. So hopefully keep your fingers crossed that this black surfacing on this will seal the road and prevent future problems, and then they'll finish the promenade if it works. So.
Thank you. The Quapaw Nation Language Department has been continuing to develop curriculum, materials, and accompanying learning videos for the fall semester. A second preview of the work in the Language Department featuring Quapaw language terms to family members can be found on the Quapaw Post Facebook page and the tribal website under the Language Department. Hope you get out there because there's some really good material. So we're enjoying seeing that come out. The CCDF Regalia Closet. So the Quapaw Nation Child Care Development Fund Department is proud to announce the launch of a new program called I Hope You Dance. This program represents a step towards preserving and revitalizing the Quapaw Nation's culture. The program will enhance cultural continuity by providing traditional regalia to Quapaw children who lack access to these important cultural symbols. Gently used donations are appreciated, and those who specialize in making Quapaw regalia for boys and girls ages infant to 12 years old are encouraged to submit a bid to the Quapaw Nation CCDF department. The telephone number is 918-238-3120 or email ccdf@quapawnation.com for more information. Cultural Committee Call to Action. The Quapaw Nation Cultural Committee would like to create a reference folder of photographs of traditional clothing for Quapaw men and Quapaw women's clothing for Quapaw Nation citizens to be able to review as desired. If anyone is willing to share photos for this reference folder, please send them to cultural.committee@quapawnation.com. The Indian Child Welfare Department is seeking tribal foster homes. For more information, contact ICW@quapawnation.com or please call 918-238-3127. So that's it for the announcements. We're going to go on to some of the events that were conducted last month that the Business Committee participated in. The 13th Annual Uga'xpa Language Conference is held at the Downstream Casino Resort on July 24th and 25th. This conference is held in an attempt to preserve and revitalize the Uga'xpa language, which is shared with our Uga'xpa family, comprised of the Osage, Omaha, Ponca, Northern Ponca, Kaw, and Osage. We held a safety update with the EPA last month, and safety is a transportation piece of legislation. People commonly refer to it as that's the one that has the Midnight Rider. We'll get into that in a second, but there were 7 EPA officials that came out here to Quapaw, and multiple folks from the Quapaw Nation Resource Management Environmental Office also participated. It was an open and constructive dialogue that resulted in some good next steps. We discussed multiple options for the EPA to potentially reconsider its 2020 decision impacting 14 Oklahoma tribes when the state of Oklahoma asked to enforce the Midnight Rider that was attached to the safety legislation. The decision effectively gave the state of Oklahoma the authority to enforce water quality standards inside our reservation. Later that year, the Pawnee Nation filed a challenge in the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The following year, the EPA proposed to reconsider and withdraw their 2020 decision, but left it in effect during the reconsideration while they sought consultation with the tribe. Later this year, the EPA may issue a decision on the JP matter, so that if they do that, then it means the Quapaw Nation can assert its own water quality standards. At the current time, the state of Oklahoma has got the feds blocking the tribes who are prepared to do so. Next was, we did have a consultation with Indian Health Services out of Oklahoma City on some potential plans. That was a good working discussion. We also conducted the detailed first round fiscal year 2025 budget reviews with all Quapaw Nation department heads, and I'm telling you, everybody enjoyed it. So anyway, we conducted, so in addition to that, Nathan Pincher from the 1944 War Museum from Washington, Missouri, and Catherine Bacat from Footsteps Researchers presented and donated a quilt to the Quapaw Nation Museum. This quilt has 36 blocks with names of Quapaw veterans. They also donated extensive research materials in a very organized book. So Karen Hildreth was going to order a custom-made display, but innovatively found a significantly lower-cost solution to get the quilt displayed. It's actually up in the museum, the main display room, and it looks beautiful. So that's so matter of fact, the best part of when the quilt was donated to the museum, there was somebody who was there that saw one of the blocks and said, "That's my grandpa." That's the reason I donated it back to him. Nice. So we know the museum is proud to have received it and looking forward to continuing to enjoy the display. Quapaw Nation participated in the City of Miami's Route 66 Heritage Festival on July 26th and 27th. An exhibition was held, and we would like to say thank you, Uga'xpa, to the many dancers and singers who participated in the event held on Main Street in downtown Miami. They represented us very well. The business committee met with Congressman Josh Bertine last week and had an opportunity to plead the Quapaw Nation's goal to get the Bear Settlement Bill introduced to Congress so the funds can be appropriated. We received positive feedback and confirmation that we're getting awfully close to introducing the legislation. The nation held the following events last month. We want to thank everyone that attended the Emergency Operations Center ribbon cutting ceremony for the grand opening on July the 23rd. It was very well attended by a broad range of employees, supporters, the 911 board, Miami Chamber of Commerce, the City of Miami, Ottawa County, State of Oklahoma, and multiple tribal officials from the tribal nations up here. It is the first of its kind and is the result of years planning and collaboration between tribal and city governments to better serve all Ottawa County citizens. It was all done with the collaboration between the nation, City of Miami, Ottawa County 911 Authority. New technology is being used to make response times faster and more efficient and includes allowing photos, text, silent chat, videos, language translation, location tracking, and call prioritization support. We held the initial meeting of the Intertribal Food Coalition, organized by the Quapaw Nation Food Sovereignty Department and attended by all 9 tribes in Ottawa County. Thank you to Michelle Bowden and Jeanne Blaylock for bringing us all together to help all of our citizens in cooperation and working jointly to a common goal. The July meat distribution was the largest yet. I think it was 939. And it was a great success. Thank you to all of the Quapaw Cattle Company, Food Sovereignty, and the staff that facilitated the distribution. CCDF backpack and school supply voucher giveaway happened on August the 2nd. The CCDF program worked with Amazon to deliver supplies directly to households this year, which is new and gave our students the option to customize what they wanted in school supplies. On August 2nd, the Quapaw Nation Farmers Market hosted the Cancer Awareness Committee Barbecue Beef Sandwich fundraiser. The market is held on the first and third Friday of the month and will continue until October, leaving only 4 more markets left. On August 6th and 7th, a strategic energy planning meeting was held for the Quapaw Nation. We've been working with the Department of Energy Office of Indian Energy to create a strategic energy plan for the nation. This plan is aiding us in mapping out our path to energy sovereignty and opening some doors for funding possibilities. The week of August 5th to 8th, the Native Wellness Institute sponsored the gathering of Native Americans for which held classes targeted for grades 7 through 12, focusing on Native wellness at the Quapaw Nation Fitness Center. The event was hosted by our youth program. The goal of the program is to empower individuals to effectively engage in personal health, wellness, and self-care to support healthy lifestyles among children, youth, families, and the community. They looked into the impact of historical and intergenerational trauma on our tribal community, asked what healing should look like, what is needed, and what is our part as individuals. The Arkansas Cinema Society, thank you to O-Guah-Pah Communications, to Barbara Collier and Grace Goodeagle for attending and participating in this event on behalf of the Quapaw Nation. This is one of 2 Arkansas Film Festivals as an entrant, and will be presenting the voices of the O-Gah-Pah documentary. The documentary delves deep into the origins, struggles, and triumphs of the O-Gah-Pah, uncovering the layers of our unique culture. The theatrical version will be released on YouTube after the film festivals are complete, and we wish them the best of luck in their presentation. I think the second one yesterday was held in Portsmouth. The Institute of Museum and Library Services is holding a beginning pottery class on August 26th and 27th, and then an intermediate class on August 28th to 30th. Discover how the Quapaws created beautiful pottery using only their hands and very simple tools. Each student will create their own unique vessel by the end of each session to take home with them. If interested, please contact the Quapaw Nation Library. The Nation is holding or participating in some upcoming events. There are only 2 of them. One is due to the recent storm damage. We had to reschedule the Commerce and Quapaw Schools Back to School Bash events that were previously scheduled at each location on different weekends. Due to the damage at Quapaw Schools, it's now going to be a combined Commerce and Quapaw event together, and the new event is Commerce High School Field today from 10 to 2 p.m. We'll have numerous bounce houses, water slides, dunk tanks, snow cones, sinks. Charles is going to be in the dunk tank, and other activities for the kids. We'll also be serving free hot dogs and hamburgers, and we hope to see you there. The Back to School Bash is sponsored by the City of Quapaw Fire Department, Peoria Fire Department, Quapaw Nation Fire and EMS Department, Quapaw Nation Marshals, and Quapaw Nation Emergency Department. Second one is November 15th and 16th, the Quapaw Culture Division has partnered with the Arkansas State Archives to arrange for the original Quapaw Treaty of 1824 to be on display at the Robert White Bird Cultural Center on the 15th, that's a Friday, which is the 200th anniversary of the signing of the treaty. It'll also be on display the following day during the Quapaw Nation Fall Gathering on November the 16th. Tribal members in attendance will be able to personally view the X mark of 15 chiefs and warriors, including Hecatan, Hecateta, and Saracen, and Tanansika. Sorry, I messed up the last one, I know. So on to the casino financials. Regarding Quapaw Casino, for the month ending June 30th, earnings before interest, taxes, and depreciation and amortization totaled $538,000 with a margin of 24.9%. This result exceeded budgeted expectation by $294,000, so they had a really good month. Year-to-date, EBITDA is $4 million, while the budget was 3.6. So again, they're beating budget. Net income for the month totaled $678,000 with a margin of 31.4% and represents a positive budget variance of $447,000. The new Quapaw Casino development continues with the pre-construction phase, just like member Buffalo explained. Downstream Casino and Resort, July was a disappointing month downstream. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization totaled $6.8 million with a margin of 36.4%. July's budget missed budget expectations by $1.5 million and were $2.8 million less than July of last year. Year-to-date, EBITDA is $77.9 million, which is 98% of year-to-date budget. Total net income for the month totaled 5.1 million, with a margin of 27.6%, represents a negative budget variance of 1.4 million. Saracen net gaming revenues in July were down 6.8% compared to prior year. For the month, the calendar of weekend days was much more favorable in the prior year than the current, with 14 weekend days compared to 12 this year. Slot and table game volumes were down compared to prior year. For table games in particular, they believe the downward trend is attributable to the promotion of our competitors' hotels, that's in Southland as well as Oakland. Stronghold for the month finished at 10.2%. For the fiscal year through July, sportsbook handle was up 151.7%. Development of the four-star hotel and the 1,600-seat event center continues. Considerable progress has been made recently to the structure of the event center. The 10th floor of the development has been poured, and we expect to add a floor every 2 weeks until the topping off sometime in October this year. Updates on the timing of the development will be forthcoming, with the initial estimates pointing to the fall of 2025 opening. Saracen has the state's leading sportsbook and Arkansas's only poker room. Red Oak was named Arkansas's best restaurant for the past 3 years and was also named the best place in Arkansas to gamble. This concludes the business committee report. All right, let's go on to the subcommittee reports. First off, we've got O-Guah-Pah visitors. This year.
We've been talking about we're looking what we want to do, what we want to do, and what we propose for years to you. That's part of that, the drinking dinner. And some of us, I think the idea of entertainment and musician, band, that too. Whoever the event committee or whoever that is. Our next meeting is September 5th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Culture committee?
We have requested called regular race down the street. We felt that it would be better served to have it in the lobby down the street if we could, and have a little presentation. What you were said about it, excellent explanation about it, if that was possible. So we're waiting on his call to see if that's a possibility instead of having it at a museum, because we were told that we would be able to participate or see if that is at a museum or at the street. So we're checking on that. Also, thanks to myself, as well as Grace, to the communication department for helping us to make the fact that it wasn't quite an experience. The theater there is beautiful, place anyone ever gets to go. It's really a nice place and a nice presentation that was treated us very well. Later on my time, I just got mine yesterday, so to all the, fancy things, foot races and all other kinds of games, dice games, and so on and so on, so that was about all we talked about.
Thank you. And hopefully we can help get the word out around the photographs. You know, we can use a whole multitude of media channels.
That would be great, because we have, some of us can't have any.
Thank you. Let's see, Constitution Committee, I think Roman Fahiga is on the line. If you could kindly unmute him.
Good morning, Business Committee.
Good morning. I'm going to try to turn the volume up, Roman.
Okay, I pulled
Okay.
the mic closer to me too.
Good. Go. Do you want to try again, Roman?
I think so. Okay, did we get it corrected?
Not quite yet. I get the thumbs up from my team.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's not on my end. So the Constitution Committee has two upcoming items to address. The first one will be the the special general council on September 7th and 8th, where we'll be addressing the discrepancies between the election ordinance and the governing resolution, and bringing the governing resolution more in line with what the general council of 2004 had wished for our people. So that's going to be on our table first. After the general council, we're going to be having or leading a discussion on some items that we would like some guidance on in the area of elections, procedures, terms of elected officials, number of general council meetings a year, and rules that go along with those, number of business committee meetings a month, and the rules that go along with those, and options that balance and strengthen our governing powers. So those are the different items that we'd like to have an open discussion. There's no action going to be taken on those items after the special general council. And then we also have a Constitution Convention planned for November 8th, 9th, and 10th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At this convention, we'll be putting together the tenets of our Constitution, and all tribal members are invited to attend. This is open to everyone, and everyone is invited to be a delegate of this convention. Here will be, we ask that anybody interested in attending be willing to commit fully for the entirety of the 3 days. And just to let everybody know, there will be required participation for delegates. This isn't come and let's just sit around and listen type of thing. We want to engage everybody who comes to attend. let's see, what else was there with that? The Constitution Committee committee will be meeting on Monday, where we'll be finalizing some of those requests for delegates, and we will be reaching out to some individuals personally to invite them, as well as putting together something to be posted on social media and the Quapaw Nation website. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Roman. You are unmuted. All right. Thank you, Roman. Election committee?
Due to the storms last Saturday, the regularly scheduled business meeting wasn't held for everybody, but I did have the pleasure of meeting the business committee over downstream, and I gave them the oath of office.
Hold on, Frank, I'm sorry, I don't know what this hand signal means.
Unmute the phone.
You are unmuted.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Frank.
Sorry, Frank.
I administered the oath of office to all three of the people who won our annual election, and everybody went fine. It was a quick meeting, that's why we're here today. But we had to be in before it happened on the third Saturday of the month. Congratulate our people wearing off.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Is there any other committee this morning?
Billy?
I'm Billy Chapman, I'm the chairman of the Juvenile Rights Development Committee. We've had 3 meetings since I was chairman. We're trying to develop currently some procedures, how for the information we gather before we take invited to business meetings, so that there's some new idea. Somebody was going to say, we should fill gas station. So we need more information than that before we present something to business. Doing that, we're working on the 2025 budget. We're also looking for assistance for federal agencies for grant opportunities for economic development. And we've been evaluating examples of what's called a comprehensive plan. The two-legged tribe on the land, and they put together a 20-year plan. Started about every 16 to 18 years. And they have a plan for what they're going to do over the next 20 years. We also did a consider open area. That's something we're going to be spending a lot of time on in the upcoming weeks. We have a meeting here at 4 p.m. this Wednesday.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
All right, any other subcommittees? Okay. Downstream Development Authority, Quapaw Casino Authority, Cubby Superna.
Approved 2025 budget for sheriff's resort casino. Yesterday, we approved the morning draft, which was required for a third party to oversee the construction of the Quapaw Casino payment process. We asked him to verify also we have adequate oversight of the construction side.
I think we're good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go on to the executive director report. So the executive director reports are targeted to the business committee. If others in attendance have this morning have questions regarding their report, please pose your questions during open forum. The executive director reports were posted on the tribal website close to 2 weeks ago now. Eric Boone, CFO, do you have anything to report beyond your posted report? Thank you. So Eric's report is out on the website. Trent and Stan, do you have anything to report beyond your posted report?
Nothing to
Thank you. Jerry Holmes, do you have anything to report beyond your posted report? Thank you, Jerry. Charles Addington, do you have anything to report beyond what's already been posted?
Received a travel homeless around $1.5 million that we put in for foster equipment and fire department. So we're pleased that we got that full amount of that award. We still got about close to $5.6 million other grants that's out there. Emergency management, fire department, storm shelter, here. Very soon. Everybody takes the bash. It's going on work, Palmer, straight hamburgers, hot dogs, a lot of things for kids. Tell everybody to come over and eat and have a good time. So,
Don't forget Thank you, Charles. Congratulations on the grant. That's fantastic. We're thrilled to hear that news. Executive Director of Culture, Everett Sandy, do you have anything to report beyond what's been posted? Thank you. Barry Linda, Executive Director, O-gah-pah Communications, do you have anything to report beyond what's already been posted?
Nothing to add.
Thank you. Steve Sand, Executive Director, Travel Member Services, do you have anything further to report? Thank you. That's a wonderful milestone to achieve. I'm sure I'm happy about that. Okay, we're going to go on to item number 16, reading correction and approval of the phone poll. Member Mercer, will you please take the first one?
Yes, Madam Chair. This is phone poll number 30279. It is for approving a temporary easement as requested by Stacy Forbes. And the brief explanation, this is approving temporary easement at the intersection of East 3rd Street and South Columbus Street in Pitcher, Oklahoma, to the Board of Commissioners of Ottawa County, Oklahoma, for the purpose of repairing the storm drain crossing South Columbus Street. This was sent to a phone poll so that the work can get started on it immediately. It was approved unanimously. Certification date for this poll was 7/22/24 at 12:13 p.m.
Thank you. Member Buffalo, will you take the next two?
Yes, Madam Chair. Phone poll number 30420, on behalf of the Marshal Service. The Marshal Service is requesting the replacement of patrol cars. The department wants to replace vehicles with the most miles and/or wear before major mechanical malfunctions occur. Regular fleet of replacement is needed to ensure adequate patrol coverage and call response time. This was sent to a poll so they could not be sold out from underneath us like last month. That was a vote reflecting 7-4, 0 against, and it was certified on July the 31st, 2024. This is for phone poll 30421, again in behalf of the Marshal Service. The Marshal Service is requesting replacement of patrol cars. The department wants to replace vehicles with the most miles and/or wear before major mechanical malfunctions occur. Regular fleet replacement is needed to ensure adequate past patrol coverage and call response time. One unit will be purchased out of COPS grant and the other purchased with tribal funds. This was sent to a home so they could not be sold out from underneath them. This reflects a vote 7-4, 0 against, and was certified on 7/31.
Vice Chairman McKibben, would you take the next one?
Phone poll 30539, this is for the House contract for approval. This was to authorize Larry Mercer to execute contracts for the Nahasa. It's a poll to expedite the construction of the Nahasa House. It was approved, 6 approval, 1 abstain, and it was certified on August 9th, 2024 at 9:35 a.m.
I'll take the next one. This is phone poll 30545, execution of agreements for Saracen Development. Resolution is for approval of agreements between Saracen Development LLC and multiple entities regarding of equipment, kiosk services, support services, and other deliverables, and to obtain a license to use certain software. Was sent to a phone poll because the current cash ATM agreement expired at the end of August. The new vendor needs time to transition the new machines onto the gaming floor, and we needed them to be able to commence that transition work as soon as possible to ensure our Saracen gaming patrons are unimpacted by the transition. The vote was a unanimous 7 people, and it was certified August the 9th at 9:46 p.m. Secretary Treasurer Val, take the next one, please.
Phone call 30617, authorizing the purchase of C property requested by Station 4. This is for authorizing the purchase of C property located in the boundary of the Quapaw Nation. This was sent to the phone call to expedite the process. The approval count was 5, and the count was 2. Certified on August 4th.
Member Davis, would you please take the next one?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. This is phone call 30642, authorizing the water management plan redevelopment funding, with requested by Clinton Sand, the explanation of the water management planning and pre-development funding request. Because this has to be completed by the end of August 2024. The approval count of 7, and it was 35-8.
Thank you. Member Gibbswater, would you please take the next one?
Poll number 31384, carried by Mr. O-Guah-Pos. Finance management of the 20 dump trucks. The previous 15 trucks were approved with the prior resolution and was sent to poll to expedite the financial process for 5 trucks on the rocket for the next couple of weeks. Unanimous approval, and it was certified.
Thank you. Member Mercer, would you please take the last phone call?
Yes, Madam Chair. This is phone poll 31685. It was an approval of engagement letter for Tribal Clean Energy Program. This poll authorizes the engagement for services in connection with the United States Department of Energy Tribal Clean Energy and Development Program. It was sent to a poll because this grant is due by the end of August. The approval count was 7, and it was certified on 8/20/2024.
Thank you. That's all of the polls. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All right, Member Mercer made a motion. We've got a second. Is there any discussion on these phone polls, Business Committee? All those in favor of approving the phone poll, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries and the phone polls are approved. Let's go on to new business. Member Buffalo, would you please take the first three as they are similar?
Yes, Madam Chair. I believe that there for review, I can just read one of the first three. This is resolution number 082424-A and -B and -C. Whereas the Quapaw Nation Business Committee has determined it is in the best interest of the nation to grant authority to the following individuals listed below to conduct business with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Chair Catherine Weena Supin. Term expires August 2026. Vice Chairman Jesse McKibben II. Term expires August 25. Secretary Treasurer Linda Valier Sigden. Term expires August 2026. Member Larry Mercer. Term expires August 2025. Member Linda Davis. Term expires August 2025. Member Lloyd Buffalo. Term expires August 2026. Member Joy Gilwater Smith. Term expires August 2025. Now, therefore, be resolved by the Quapaw Nation Business Committee that the individuals named above are hereby authorized to conduct business with the Bureau of Indian Affairs on behalf of the Quapaw Nation. Therefore, be further resolved that all previous signatories are removed as not authorized signatory to conduct business with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. B is relation to the application of the documents of certification and tribal enrollment members of blood quantum in request. That is B. And C is a resolution authorizing the Quapaw Nation Business Committee members to conduct business with the Office of Special Trustee. They're all similar, and I move to adopt all three.
Second.
We've got a motion on the floor to approve resolution 082424-A, B, and C. Business Committee, is there any discussion or question on these? All those in favor of approving A, B, and C, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. 0824-A and C approved. Vice Chairman McKibben, would you please take D?
Yes, ma'am. Resolution number 082424-D. This is a resolution authorizing the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the Quapaw Nation and the United States Department of Veteran Affairs. Therefore, it be resolved that the Quapaw Nation Business Committee hereby authorizes the signing of the MOU between Quapaw Nation and the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, which will become effective when the resolution has been approved and signed. I move to adopt.
Second.
Got a motion to approve resolution 082424-D. Business Committee, is there any further discussion? Just so everyone is aware, this particular memo of understanding is quite helpful to our veterans potentially. It allows the Veterans Affairs Department to extend loans to veterans that qualify for the program. We sure wanted our Quapaw veterans to be eligible should they choose to pursue this program. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving 082424-D, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries and the resolution is approved. I will go ahead and take the next one. This is resolution number 082424-B. It's a resolution to approve a detention services agreement with the Choctaw Nation. Be it further resolved that the Business Committee hereby approves detention services agreement. Be it further resolved that the chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, treasurer, and each member of the Business Committee and each acting chancellor hereby is authorized to execute and enter into, on behalf of the nation, the detention services agreement in substantially the same form attached hereto, and any related agreements or documents with such changes to such document as such authorized person, his or her discretion determines to be advisable. The advisability of which shall be conclusively evidenced by his or her execution thereof, and to perform such further and additional actions as may be necessary or convenient in order to effectuate the foregoing resolution. I move to approve resolution 082424-B. Got a motion on the floor to approve this resolution, Business Committee. Is there any discussion or question on this? All those in favor of approving resolution 082424-E, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries and the resolution is approved. Secretary Treasurer Valier, will you please take the next one?
Resolution 082424-F. A resolution to approve general welfare exclusion guidelines. Whereas the Business Committee wishes to establish guidelines for approving qualifying general welfare benefits attached here to is attachment 1, general welfare guidelines. And whereas the Business Committee, after consulting with the legal counsel who advised them on the attached guidelines, believes that it is in the interest of the nation to approve the guidelines. Therefore, be it resolved that the Business Committee finds the provisions of tax-free qualifying general welfare benefits is necessary for the public health and safety of its members. Be it further resolved that the Business Committee hereby approves the proposed general welfare exclusion guidelines. Madam Chair, I move to adopt resolution number 082424. Second.
We have a motion on the floor to approve 082424-F. Business Committee, is there any further question or discussion? All those in favor of adopting 082424-F, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries and the general welfare exclusion guidelines are approved. Member Davis, would you please take 082424-G?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Resolution number 082424-G. A resolution for approval of legislation guarantee and National Association Credit Facilities in favor of Saracen Development, LLC, in accordance with the credit agreement among the Downstream Development Authority of the Quapaw Nation, Saracen Development, LLC, and Mazesta Holdings, LLC. Further resolved that the transaction contemplated by the credit document B and E hereby is approved, authorized, and signed. Further resolved that the Business Committee hereby approves and ratifies and all actions on the conflict prior to the resolution that would have been defined by the resolution. The fact that they occurred prior to the date. Further resolved that this resolution shall be effective after the date and time of its passage and approval by the Business Committee. Madam Chair, I would chairman to adopt resolution number 80824-G. We have a motion on the floor to approve resolution 0824-G. Business Committee, is there any discussion on this one? Alrighty, all those in favor of adopting 0824-G, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries and the resolution is approved. Member Gibbs-Water, would you please take H?
Resolution number 0824-H. Resolution to contract accounting E for fiscal year 2023-2024 audit. Whereas the Quapaw Nation third audit nation's financial statements and services program, the audit provides reasonable assurance that the nation's federal awards of financial as a whole will free from material misstatements. Auditing services under the contract include but are not limited to audit of financial statements, program compliance, and management responsibilities. Therefore, be it resolved that this contract with the accounting firm for fiscal year 23 for financial auditing of Quapaw
We have a motion on the floor to approve 082424-H. Business Committee, is there any discussion or question? All those in favor of adopting 082424-H, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries. 082424-H is approved. Member Mercer, would you please take the last resolution in new business?
Yes, Madam Chair. This is resolution number 081724I. Whereas the Marshal Service requests to purchase a license plate reader, later known as LPR, equipment as part of the POPS grant. This was specifically listed in the grant application and budget. Law enforcement must identify potential criminals in the locations where these elements are coming and going from their respective jurisdictions. The license plate reader technology captures images of the plate, which allows law enforcement agencies to identify and compare plates against those cars driven by people suspected of being involved in illegal activities. 7 sites were identified where entry points onto the reservation would need monitoring. The LPR equipment will be purchased, having solicited qualified vendors and conducted due diligence in accordance with the current policy and ensuring sufficient unencumbered funds exist. Therefore, be it resolved that the purchase of the license plate readers is approved by the Quapaw Nation Business Committee. Madam Chair, I make a motion we approve resolution 081724I.
Excuse me. The resolution ID on your piece of paper is wrong. It should be 082424-I.
Oh, I didn't replace it with the proper one. Madam Chair, I make a motion we approve 082424I. Now second.
Now we've got a motion on the floor. All right, is there any further discussion? This is the All righty. All those in favor of adopting resolution 082424-I, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All righty, and the motion carries. That concludes this. Let's go on to donations. Just got a couple of them. This is Monroe Indian Children's Home, and Ms. Margaret Anderson is here to discuss this particular donation request. Welcome.
I'm the office manager of I started in 1986. Monroe and his wife, they were missionaries, and they came and stayed in the house. And then in 1910, they moved to Muskogee, where Baton colleges and good building trees, and house. And then around the 1950s, they decided to build cottages or houses just west of Macon, in order to house the children, because they wanted the children to have like a home, that they were living in dormitories, so that they would have like a house, because the house, kids lived in every room, common area, 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, so they wanted the children to have a family setting. We do have house parents that stay with us at all times. They get chores, they go to the Muskogee Public Schools. They help prepare all meals and all of that. The children are encouraged to learn about their Native American background. They can understand about activities, go to church, spiritual wellness is part of all of us. They go to youth and children ministries. They also have Bible study on Saturday. children pay, they like to make meetings and make baskets because they're still to get enough of their money. They like that. I also have a bill I decided for volunteer. We always have a lot of Baptist churches down, and they like to work hard and hard to clean up, buildings, painting, dinner, there's gonna be a fashion show, there's gonna be a song, there's gonna be MC by I know him, it's on the office.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson.
Donate, on the Friend of Tomorrow, $150.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion to sponsor at the level of Friend of Tomorrow for $450. Is there any further discussion to this committee? All those in favor of approving the sponsorship at the level of $450, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries. Thank you. Wonderful. And then we do have one other donation request that Michael Richardson will present to us this morning.
The BMW road, they have a fishing tournament. I've been a part of the river sports during for your great years. We paid deer Hunter got picked. BMW member. Cool. I want to do something. So, open to any veteran. They can sign up. They get the motor got they go out and draft people ask for
Thank you, Michael.
Chair, I would make a motion to donate $500 to this event.
We've got a motion on the floor to donate $500. Is there any further discussion? All righty, all those in favor of a $500 donation, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion carries and the donation is approved for $500. All right, let's go on to open forum. The rules remain in place. In order to speak, an individual must submit the form and must pertain to today's topic on the agenda. There is a 5-minute time limit. One trip to, well, we don't have a podium, so sorry about that, but one be respectful. Please use, well, we don't have a microphone either, so skip that one. We have an individual who submitted the form, so let us, Barbara Kaiser Howard. Are we gonna need Barbara? Okay.
I want to talk about the power grounds and all the repairs and upgrades and things down there, especially the playground beach camp, which has been for years, but if you have parking in front of your camp, you have to remember for 2 cars, maybe 3. Back when Leonard Smith was chairman, my dad was wise enough to Senator Leonard that he could build a retaining wall on the east side of our camp. And because it's washing away, the creek, as you know, washes, floods about every year, at least once, sometimes more. And all of those camps along there, the ground is washing away year after year. So our retaining wall was built so we could put our RV behind our camp and save room out in front of the road. So it worked for a while till Turkey Bottles came in, next to ours, started washing away. So we couldn't any longer get our RV hang around because the ground was washed away where we went in and out. So I would request that the business committee look into putting the retaining wall because now it's washing away even more. They're by the bridge and by the camps and they're on either side. If you should really retaining wall, all along there and fill that in, people would have more space to camp along there, as well as not being such a privilege. But all of that's washing away, and eventually, I remember one time your son was had his little cup tin out there, and he woke up one morning and water was right at the edge. So, so it is really issues. And then on that, next issue, I have a question. How much is Saracen contributed to the trial since they've been open?
So right now, the debt covenant, the current financing,
Now, how much have they contributed to the trial for their operations? Downstream set up to contribute so much amount of their profit.
zero. They are prohibited from making tribal distribution until we hit certain fixed leverage ratios in the debt covenant.
So this time when they related, why did you not put in there that they had to contribute so much?
It's already in the debt covenant. When we hit those ratios, that's when they hit those ratios, then they can start making tribal distributions.
What is that?
What is that or when?
What is the ratio?
I don't remember. Do you remember? I think it's either 2 or 2 1/4 fixed ratio.
And they have to be paid completely off before that started.
No, it just means that your level of debt versus the value of the casinos has reached a level that they've got the liquidity to be able to contribute to the tribe. It's not zero. It's not zero. It does not have to be 100% paid off in order for Saracen Development LLC to begin making tribal distributions. Don't ask me something really smart about what's the projected date at which we will hit that, but you know.
I just think it's a shame that the tribal members don't get any service and that fun when there are at least 3 management making.
Do you want to, Joey, do you want to share anything about the retaining wall issue? I think we got a bid on some of that work as recently as yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, and you guys have initially met with them at FO this year, correct? Native Strategy.
Yes.
Architecture firm. It's kind of weird because at the same time, we sit down with the architecture firm, company, to talk about fixing the creek and building retaining wall and trying to address the washout and plan to get 8 out from behind everybody's camp. You put in all your open forum requests at the same time talking about the same thing. I was like, hey, look, it's good to me. So it happened at the same time. We met with them probably a couple weeks back, and then we asked them to come been working on that, continuing on. Right now, getting it vetted through legal counsel, and we're gonna disseminate it between ourselves, try to figure out. So, keep you updated. But yeah, for sure, we're just right down the way from it.
And I'm sure it'll be probably on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably have the same issue. I don't know, actually.
But it's both sides of the street, from one end to the other. It's pretty bad for everybody. Trying to figure out how to fix this thing.
They're strong when they're situations in there. The backup water, you wouldn't think it was strong. All the cabinets and stuff down to the river, you know. We had to go reach the cars before. So now I have the cabinet welder to the
James don't work, Barbara.
Does anyone else have anything for open forum that pertains to today's agenda? Ms. Melissa?
You guys contact him?
Okay. I've never seen it.
Thank you, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyway. Okay. Thank you. Any option that we can get help of that nature, you bet. Wonderful. Brenda Murray, I saw your hand up.
Can you refresh it for the terms of the bill on the financing?
All of that is would be included because this is a public forum. It's confidential information, so if you want to fill out a freedom of information request, we'll be able to provide that to you. We just want to make sure that we're keeping that information confidential within the tribe. It did change a little.
The composition of the bank group primarily. We have a new lead administrative agent. A new bank administrator. They're the ones that are going to administer the deal. So, and they've proven quite good to work with. Significantly better than what we had previously. For December, we contributed to, maybe it's a different one, but the gala that we. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. let us, consider that.
And she said it to be
Thank you, Brenda. Anybody else for open forum? Okay. So, with it, Member Gibbswater, would you close us out with prayer, please?
Yeah. Everybody, both belong. Wakanda is giving you all the thanks, love, and glory here that we can all be able to wake up today in an upright position, be able to move about ourselves as the grandmas without looking down at us, be able to breathe good and breathe easier today. So I do that and continue to look down on us as a people, as a nation, and find us and also the youngest, however they are, if they help it make it better, if they're sick, fix them right here. Father God, got a lot of things going on, and I'm too little to say everything that needs to be addressed. But you know how it needs to be, you know what needs to be done. You can take care of the airport as we move from here. And Father God, thank you here for allowing us to live together here on behalf of our nation. We're trying to do the best that we can. Continue to bless the health and well-being of community members here. Father God, all the folks took time out of their day to come over here and set up just like that. That's all I might have left something out. I might have said too much. Or if something just not right, you can fix it good here like that. You can overlook me for being done here in this life. But I'm trying to say anything or do anything or try to be anything but before you, God. So try to be a tool for you here. You will try to help my folks here, like the rest of us here in this room. Father God, you continue along with us here down this path of life, death, and all these things. Just the spur down here for a little while. We'll talk to you again later on down the road. It's your love, it's your future. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned.